This is the 5.7 practice with Mr. V. I'm going to do the evens. Alright, so for number 2, you see that we have f minus g of x. So just so you guys know, if there's no number here in this x, just cross this out. You're not worried about this whatsoever, okay? All it's saying is take f and minus g. So f is this right here, and g is this right here. So I'm going to take in parentheses 113 minus 10x parentheses, so that's f, and then I'm going to minus all of g, and g is 15x minus 4, okay? So the reason why that's really important that we put the parentheses is because if this is g right here and we're minusing it, there's going to be a negative 1 right there. Or there's going to be a 1, which would make it a negative 1. So that means I have to multiply both of those by a negative 1. So I would still get 113 minus 10x, but then I would get minus 15x, and then negative 1 times negative 4 would be adding 4. So then the 10x, negative 10x minus 15x would be negative 25x, and then 113 plus 4 would be 117, okay? Now, when we go to b here, it's the same equation except for there's the 2 there. So all I have to do is in this problem right here that we've just found the answer for, I'm going to plug 2 in for the x. So that would be negative 25, and then I'm going to plug the 2 in where the x is, plus 117. And then what I would get is negative 50 plus 117, and then that would then equal, so I'm going to have to get my calculator out. $67. That's your final answer. So just to recap, remember when you're subtracting, you're multiplying, and this step right here is very important. Put this in parentheses because there's a negative 1 there. Then you distribute that negative 1, and then in the second step, combine your like terms, and you'll get your final answer. And then when we come down to b, where you see there's a number in this spot right here, you just plug that number in. All right, number 4. So f over g of x. So I'm just going to cross off x. And what that means is just put f over g. So that's going to be 8x plus 24 over 7x. And I can't simplify anything, so I'm going to leave it just as it is. Okay? And then when we go to, this right here is number 4. So number 4, we see that there's a number right there, the number 4. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my original answer, this one right here. So it's 8x plus 24 over 7x. I'm going to take this 4 right here and plug it in for the x here, and then for the x right here. So that would look like 8 times 4 plus 24 over 7 times 4. That would then equal 32 plus 24 over 28. Then I can keep going. I can add 32 plus 24, and that's going to give me 56. And then I still just have 28 on the bottom. Now I got to simplify that too. So what you could divide by 2, you divide by, whatever you need to do. But what I see is that 28 goes into 56 twice. So this would be just like 56 divided by 28. and that's going to be equal to 2. So your final answer for B is going to be 2. All right, let's look at number 6. So this one's a subtraction. So I'm going to take, I don't care about this x right here, that exponent, the f of x, or what I should say is the x part of that. So I'm literally just going to take the f minus the g. So I have f, and I'm going to put that in parentheses. That's going to be 4 to the x minus 7. And then I'm going to subtract, parentheses, negative 4x plus 7. Because remember, this right here is the f, and this right here is the g. So, from there, I will have 4 to the x minus 7, and then this is a negative 1 right there, so that would then be plus 4x, and then minus 7. And then I can further simplify, because I see that there is a negative 7, and then there is a negative 7, so this is going to be 4 to the x plus 4x minus 14. So then, in this problem right here, in B, I'm going to take that negative 1, and I'm just going to plug it in for all of the x's. So then that would be 4 to the negative 1 plus 4 times negative 1 minus 14. Now what you could do is, to make this easier, is you could just take this 4 to the negative 1 and put it underneath, right? Because if you take 4 to the negative 1, you can make that positive by flipping it. So then I would be getting rid of that. And then I would have negative 4 minus 14 over 4 to the 1 is 4. Then from there I would have negative 4 minus 14 is negative 18 over 4. So then if I simplify, what's a number that can go into both of these? Well, I know 2 can. So if I divide 18 by 2, that's going to give, or negative 18 by 2 is going to give me negative 9. And then 4 divided by 2 is 2. And that's your final answer right there. All right, let f of x equal 8 plus 12x and g of x equal 4x. So we're going to do, for 8, cross that out right away, and I'm just going to put f over x. So that's going to be 8 plus 12x over 4x. Then when I go to b, I see that they want me to plug in 4 for the x's. So I'm going to get 8 plus 12 times 4 over 4 times 4. So then if I just do 8 plus 12 times 4, that's 48, plus 8 is equal to 56. That would be 56 over 16. So now I'm going to have to reduce that. And so 56 divided by 16 is 3.5, so we don't want to leave it as a decimal. So let's just figure out a number that goes into both of these. Okay, so 56 divided by, say, let's just do 56 divided by 2 is 28. 16 divided by 2 is 8. I can keep going. 28 divided by 2, because 2 can go into both 28 and 8. 28 divided by 2 is 14. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. I can still keep going by 2. So that would then be 7/2. All right, number 9. So Marcus is training for a race. Each training session lasts 90 minutes for both cycling and running. So the C is cycling and the R is running. And then T is the number of minutes he cycles, okay? So write a function describing the total distance in feet that Marcus travels while training. So I have the answer already written out because I wanted to show you what it looks like. So total distance right here. And then what we have is the 1320T is his cycling. And then 660, 9 minus T, is his running. So that would be the function if you're looking for the distance of, and what we're doing is we're adding those together. Okay? So B is a little bit tricky because you have to take into account the 90 minutes. So if he is riding his bike for 65 minutes, and that's cycling, I would put 65 in the T right here. But then also what we need to keep in mind is that there's going to be an extra 25 minutes. Because what I did is I took 90 minutes minus 65, and then you get 25. So there's 25 minutes remaining. So for this T, I need to put in 25. Okay? So what that looks like is the distance will be 1320 times 65, and then we're going to add, because we're combining the running plus the cycling, 660 parentheses 9 minus 25. So then let's do some calculator work. So 1320 times 65 is going to be equal to 85,800 plus, I have 9 minus 25, so it's negative 16, times 660, so that's going to be plus negative 10,560. So what that's going to give me is 85,800 minus 10,560. It's going to give me a total of 75,240 feet. Now, there's another little caveat that says how many miles, and we give you the hint of 5,280 feet in each mile. So I'm going to have to divide this by 5,280. And I get 14.25 miles. Okay, that was the 5.7 practice. I did the evens. Let me know if you found any mistakes or if you have any questions. Feel free to email me. All right, thanks, guys.